With retirement on the horizon, I've had the opportunity to do a little bit of reflecting. I hope you'll indulge me. Just recently, I attended my 52nd high school class reunion, a class of 24 in a combined high school and grade school located in New Haven, a town of just over 1,000 people located along the Missouri River in east central Missouri. That isn't my high school reunion, but it is the school I attended. I wanted to invite you on a brief trip to downtown New Haven, Missouri. To get there, you literally go down as far as you can go off the face of a river bluff. Now you can use the town steps as you see here, but you also can take one of two roads. Unless you backtrack, there is just one way in and one way out, and they both cross the railroad tracks. About 40 freight trains, many of them more than 100 cars hauling coal and grain, come through each day. Put another way, to go downtown, you have to want to get there. And if you get there, you might want to be prepared to stay a while. The town, which is 2 blocks wide and 1 block deep, and nestled between the river and the tracks, was first a river town, a landing where steamboats stopped to take on the cut timber that served as their fuel. Then it became a railroad town. Now the businesses have moved about a mile away out on the state highway. What used to be the bank, the department store, the drugstore, and the soda fountain, the hardware store, and the cafe have become an historic arts district featuring an artisan's gallery, a glass-blowing studio, an antique store, a restaurant, and a little 2-room bed and breakfast. There isn't a lot of visitation, as you can see from this photo, taken on a Saturday of Columbus Day weekend. New Haven doesn't even appear on the map of the official Missouri tourism booklet, but it is a small town with a big idea. Art works, but it also sometimes labors. But I didn't invite you on this journey to tell you that. When I was growing up there, as teenagers we'd drive around town just waiting for something exciting to happen. It rarely did. But on hot August nights, there was something that was pretty exciting. We'd sometimes drive toward the river, down the road between the flour mill and the storefronts, and up onto the levee. We'd pull up until the car straddled the top of the levee, hanging in midair, with the headlight beams shooting straight across the river. Then we'd wait for one of those huge barges to make its way around the bend in the quiet of the night. On the tugboat, there would always be a person stationed above the pilot's cabin, scanning the river shore with a powerful spotlight, looking for sandbars or other objects to avoid. Sometimes that bright beam would catch us in its light for just a few seconds, and if we flashed our headlights and waved our hands and shouted enough, that light might even return a time or two as the boat slowly made its way downriver. It gave us a fleeting sense of recognition, and also somehow connected to something moving, something mysterious, and something greater than ourselves. It has always struck me as a fitting metaphor for what we try to do in folk and traditional arts, scanning the byways and shorelines, looking for that wonderful opportunity to shine a light, however briefly, on artists and communities that may otherwise not be recognized or appreciated. I'm so thankful that I've had the opportunity to join with others in taking a turn with my hand on the spotlight from time to time. Almost exactly 40 years ago, I traveled to Washington from Missouri seeking a little bit of money from NEA to make some recordings of musicians that I knew about in our region. I encountered an open door and a smiling face, and eventually I also encountered $4,500 to make that recording. It changed my life. Revisiting that spot on the Missouri River a few weeks ago left me with memories that echo the way I'm feeling now in this period of transition. I can tell you that wherever I've gone since leaving that small school, and that sleepy town as some might describe it, I've been informed by the sense of community and caring that I experienced there. It is a community with a sense of place and a sense of purpose. Now facing retirement, I once again feel somewhat as I did on that levee in my youth, suspended in time and space, balancing continuity and change, and pondering attachment to a known place and adventures at a new pace, standing at a new confluence of past and future. When I came to work at the NEA some 29 years ago, I encountered something familiar, something I experienced growing up in New Haven. I became part of a small agency by government standards. In fact, it's about the size of my school, dedicated to a big idea. And I found a community of colleagues with a sense of place and a sense of purpose. This sense has always formed the foundation for our agency's work and in turn for my own labors. You are the ones who have made these past 29 years not just possible, but a distinct privilege and a great pleasure, and for that I thank you.